Warning: this video contains a realistic looking prosthetic penis and is for educational purposes to help people out with packing. If you're uncomfortable with the idea of seeing a realistic looking prosthetic, or are a close friend or family member who doesn't want to see what goes in my underwear, then I would advise you to click away now. So this is my packer. I ordered it from Love Honey. It is an adult toy shop, so you have to be over 18 to buy them or get somebody over 18 to buy it for you. This particular one is called Mr. Limpy or Limpy. From Love Honey it was $11.99 and I think it was £3 postage, so about £15 all in all. It's got a lot of detail, it's got real skin feel, and it also heats up to body temperature with you so that it feels more natural. It's a great first packer for anyone who's just starting out packing because it's quite small, you can get used to it easier. You don't want to be having any mishaps and it looking like an awkward boner with one that's a lot bigger. I mean, that might happen anyway if you pack it wrong or it moves for some reason, but at least with a small one it's a bit more discreet. It's good for starting out as well because I think it makes the adjustment for your family and friends to you having a bulge in your pants a little bit easier, so you're not going from nothing to like a 9-incher. Anyway, I'll leave the link to this packer in the description just in case you want to go and check it out. And now the first thing that I want to do is show you how to clean and dry the packer properly. They're really easy to clean. The first thing you need to do is just fill up the sink with hot water. Oh, back up my shirt so I don't get my sleeves wet. So that's the first thing done. You don't want it to be like boiling hot water, just like hot enough so you can actually put your hand in it and it's not going to burn you. And then you just take your packer, get some soap and just use hand soap. I don't think it really matters what soap. Obviously if you're allergic to certain kinds of soap, don't use that because like the base is going to be up against you. So like, you can see there's like fluff stuck to it from my underwear and stuff. Just want to give that a good wash, rinse it, wash. Obviously you do need to wash this often because it's going to be in your trousers all the time, it's going to be up against you, so just like you change your underwear, you should wash this regularly. I wash it every morning when I get up. If you think about it, the base is always going to be up against you. So it's the same thing with changing your underwear, you'd want to wash this quite a lot. Then you want to go over everywhere else, so just put a bit of soap around there. Looks slightly wrong, but no one's going to be watching you do it, unlike now. You just want to make sure like the creases and the details and stuff, you want to make sure there's no like fluff or anything stuck in there, just give it a good clean. So that's it, just need to rinse it off. Make sure you don't leave any soap bubbles or anything on it. Pull the plug out, let that drain. If you want to make doubly sure there's no bubbles on it, you can just rinse it under the tap to make sure there's nothing on it. So now I'm going to show you how to dry it. You don't want to fully dry it with a towel because one, it's wet, so the fibres on the towel is going to stick to it, and also because it gets quite sticky. I think the way that it's made and stuff has like sticky stuff on it after you've washed it. So we're going to use talc for that to get the sticky off. You just dab it like the base, just dab on there. You will get like little tiny fibres, but it's not going to make a difference because there's going to be fluff stuck to it once it's in your pants anyway. You just wash, just dab all around there until it's pretty much dry. And I'm going to that noise. I'm going to set that down there. So you use talcum powder on it just to get rid of the sticky and dry up the moisture. You can also use other things like flour, or I think some people use starch. It just basically to soak up the moisture. I don't think it really matters, but I just use talcum powder because it's to hand. Obviously it's soft on your skin and it smells nice. So also a good thing to get would be one of these buffing pads. It basically just gets it round more evenly. It means you're not going to have bits stuck that are a bit more claggy, and it's just going to make it a bit easier and a bit faster. Also you don't have to use as much talc. Just put some talc on there. Oh, get it everywhere. Just get it. It's a bit more damp now because it's been outside and I didn't really think that one through. But just like dab it on. You want to get it everywhere so that you don't get any sticky parts. It's a bit awkward if you don't want to set it down anywhere to get more wet, but you want to especially make sure that the base is all covered because that's going to be up against you, so that's a part that if that's sticky it's going to be sticking to you and you're feeling uncomfortable and might rub a bit, so just basically make sure you have a nice even coat everywhere. there's some excess that might come off, just rub it in. It'll either rub in or come off, so you won't end up with just like white powder in your boxes or whatever. And that's it, now it's all clean, all dry, smells of talcum powder, job all done. Nice and clean, nice and dry, you can pack with it now. You can see that it's quite thin there, so it sits just in the crease of your leg over your crotch. They're quite tight, not like uncomfortably tight, but they're like T-skin tight, so they'll hold the packer in really well. There are packing harnesses made specifically for this. I just found that it works well with underwear, so I didn't really need to buy a harness because it works well with underwear anyway, so it's just easier. Some people also use a jock strap, or you can make your own homemade harness. I actually am planning on making a video of how to do it. I'm going to try and do it myself because since someone else made a video about how to do it, so I thought I'd try and do it and show you how to do it if you want to find that out. You also don't need to have a specifically made store-bought packer like the one that I've got. If you really ain't got enough money to buy one, or you don't have the means, the financial or family support to actually get one, then you can actually make a homemade packer for not a lot of money at all. Again, I've seen someone make a video about it, so I'm thinking of doing that as well as the harness one, the DIY homemade things for people who can't afford it or just don't have a way to get it. So there's several positions that you can have the shaft in when you pack. The ways that I use is normally have it straight down, so it just sits on top of the balls. When you're wearing like looser fitting clothes that you wouldn't notice the bulge as much, that just makes it stand out a little bit more. It's still not really noticeable, which is not what I want anyway. It's just there and it's subtle, but it's there and it is noticeable. It's just not in your face. Also, when I'm wearing things like tracky bottoms, sometimes when you sit down or you lay down, it can be really obvious when you have it down there and it looks a bit awkward. So I'd pack it down and to the side like that. You still get the bulge, it's just less noticeable because it's not sticking right out. If you look at how much that's sticking out and then how much that's sticking out, there's a bit less. So for different things that you're wearing, just try out different positionings and you'll see what looks better for you, or how you want it to look and how it'll move and things like that. Right, so some people do also pack with it up, like up and to the side or just up, so that obviously it's going to be sat in your underwear, the balls are going to be sort of where your stuff is, and then it's going to be up, and some people tuck it sort of into the waistband. I don't personally do that, one because I don't think it creates as much of a bulge, and also I think it just looks awkward. Like if you move in a certain way, it could move around quite a lot because that, like, it doesn't naturally sit like that. So I think it'd just be a bit awkward. It might look like you've got an awkward boner, but if you want to try it out, see how it works for you. It's just my personal preference, I don't do that. As I said before, with this being a good first packer for anybody who's just starting out packing, it's also great for smaller guys. Like I'm only 5'3", so I think if I had like quite a big packer, like something like that, it would be too big for me, like proportion-wise. Like obviously I know there isn't a certain size penis for every person of every height. It just, for me, it's the perfect size for a smaller guy. I don't want something really, really obvious, and just, I think it's just a bit awkward for me. But it looks good anyway. It works, it does its job. So I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and also subscribe if you want to see more from me. Thank you for watching, come along my journey, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.